Hello, I am Gregory, the poor typist, and welcome to another Typewriter Club Live. After our break last week for Virtual Hermans, I hope you were able to enjoy that. I was able to get some of it, but yeah. So first, before we get into our topic, which is show and tell, a little housekeeping. If you do want to be a part of the stream, I just ask that you have headphones handy. And if you have any questions about joining, you can go to typepals.com. So we have our own website. So hopefully you've checked that out already. But and I post future topics on there. So yeah. So without further ado, we have some. Oh. Oops. I haven't had coffee yet, so.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, it's John.
Excellent. All right. I'm getting some weird sound on my end. Can everybody else hear?
I can hear you. Sometimes it's breaking up a little bit.
Ooh. Oh boy. We're off to a rough start.
Oh no.
Let's see. I will be right back.
Okay. We will
Talk
be right
amongst
here.
yourselves. Let's have our own meeting.
All right. So who went to Virtual Hermans?
Oh, I didn't.
I did.
You didn't? Oh, you're the only one. You're the odd man out.
I know. I had to work.
Joe, you had to work.
I did.
I read your one-typed page, Joe,
Yes.
about that. Yeah.
Thank you. I like One Type Page. Actually, it's a pretty cool blog. For those that don't want to maintain their own blog, and you can put personal stuff on One Type Page. At least some people do. So it's kind of cool.
It's funny how when I sit in front of a typewriter, I think I'm in a booth in a vacuum and nobody can hear me. So I just say whatever. I bare my soul whenever I start typing on the typewriter.
Oh boy, I'm still getting errors on my end.
Oh, but we can hear you though.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Sounds better.
Yeah.
It's very choppy for me. I can barely understand what anyone's saying. Interesting.
Interesting. Try it again. All right.
How about now?
Let's see. We can still hear you.
Okay, wait. I think it's fixed.
Okay. Can you hear us?
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
So what was it, Gregory?
There it goes again.
Oh, maybe it's me.
Let's try something here.
The morning technical difficulties.
Yeah, you would think we'd get over this by now.
No, it's a routine now.
I wanted to say testing.
Yes. That reminds me of the series, The $6 Million Man, where it starts out, "You're breaking up. You're breaking up." Remember that?
We can rebuild him. We have the technology.
That's right. The $6 million typist.
You know what $6 million buys you today?
Huh.
Not a bionic man.
No. Maybe a rare typewriter.
I'm going to try again. Testing.
Okay, we can hear you.
Okay, so I think it might be resolved now. We'll keep our fingers crossed, but you guys weren't hearing anything on your end?
In the beginning, yes, but now it sounds fine.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, so it's show and tell, but first I wanted to ask about Virtual Hermans.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was, oh man, I lost my voice actually. I need to contact Jonathan Posey and do an interview for his radio podcast. But
Yeah.
I wasn't able to all week because my voice was gone.
Ah. Wow.
Did you get, Ted, did you get some new subscribers to the typewriter database?
Yeah, we got a whole bunch. Like the couple hours past when I did my presentation, there was a whole bunch of people that came up and signed up. So
Nice.
that was good. Some people learned how to use the database, and
I was one of them. Thank you, Ted.
you're very welcome. So what did you guys do for Virtual Hermans? I know most of you were there. Hello, Barb Marshall.
Yeah. Hi, Bob and Brian and everyone.
Morning. How are you guys?
We're fine.
Personally, I only caught like the campfire session and the Sunday morning, and I don't even think I saw all of that. Some technical issues on Sunday morning with the stream signal or whatever. But yeah, I saw most of the tour there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of videos posted on the virtualhermans.com website.
I see those.
So
Yeah, I'll
if
have to go back and watch those.
if you've missed them, they're starting to appear on the video page there. So
You shared your
I already benefited
your
from
segment,
them.
right?
yeah, my segment I recorded myself and put up on my YouTube channel.
Ah,
So
okay.
it was one of the first two up.
Yeah. Good. We expect no less from you.
Well, hey, I had to.
You have the setup.
I have the stuff.
Yeah. So, virtual Herman's experience.
Who's next?
I missed the first part of what you said.
I'll jump in. I did the speed test, the typing test. That was fun, or the contest, and I think I got one of the lower scores, but I had a lot of fun.
No, I had the lowest score. I made sure of it.
Oh right, yeah, 0. I had 20, which was a guesstimate, but yeah, and all kinds of cool. So I missed most of the campfire, but came in at the end. I think it was officially over, but Larry was still singing, and there was still lots going on. So that was a lot of fun, and yeah, I got a few. Considering my time zone, I think I did pretty well.
Yeah, there was like hours and hours of stuff in between the actual presentation where we just sat in a room and basically gabbed like this, and it was tremendous. It was great to like actually talk with those people that we see on the web as names and sometimes photos, and to actually talk to them and see them was really incredible.
Yeah, really a treat. And Brian and Bob and Bernardo and maybe not you, Gregory, but yeah, I met you for the first time there, so that was fun.
Yeah, it was good to talk face to face with people that I've only chatted with. So very cool.
I watched most of the presentations, and I benefited from
My audio is so horrible.
from Kirk Jackson's video that's already up on virtualhermans.com, and he got me to replace my washers on the SM3.
Nice.
So yeah,
Excellent.
My spacebar sometimes missed the space, so I noticed that replacing the washers resolved the problem. So
yeah,
so
those SM spacers between the case and the frame are just so important. It's like if there's anything wrong with your machine, just the first thing you should do is go and check those washers and replace them, and it resolves so many problems.
And it's so satisfying. I mean, I went in and did that, and I went, I can repair typewriters, and that's the only repair I know how to do.
It's among the easiest things to do, and it is definitely the most satisfying because it just makes the machine so much better.
yeah, but then I had to adjust the alignment of the uppercase and lowercase, and that was not easy.
That's not easy on an SM. That is. So you were able to get at those screws with a regular screwdriver, or
I did.
Buried pretty deep in there.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, and the screws were a little tight.
Mhm.
So I was doing all sorts of crazy maneuvers and.
Well, good for you, man. That is
But,
definitely not one of the easiest jobs.
So, is the Virtual Herman's website, does it have all of the videos up from the whole seminar?
It is currently they're uploading them as they get them processed, and when people, because the actual presenters had to record their own videos and then
Okay.
send them in.
right.
And they recorded the rest of the meeting on a cloud service, so they were able to chop those up and put a bunch of them up. There's a bunch on there right now. There's not all of them, but
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they'll all show up pretty soon.
Because I saw yours, Ted, but I haven't seen a lot of the others yet, so I'll have to check it.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun there.
Yep. Well, I'm sorry I couldn't participate this year. I'm just my work schedule. I couldn't get Saturday off. It's a normal work day for me, and I work in a factory with shift work, and we have a vacation calendar for our team, and if it's filled, they only allow so many people out, so I couldn't do it. Oh well.
They couldn't let the dogs out, huh?
No, but we have the video link in the comment section.
Yeah, there we go.
So
Yeah, it looks pretty. I mean, it's an extensive list of videos that are already up, so that's pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Did
So-
anyone else see the Richard Pulse collection of portable machines?
I
Yeah.
did not, but I'm
Yeah,
waiting
that
for the
was
video
amazing.
to show up.
He says, I've got some unusual machines you may not have seen, and they were all just bizarre.
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
really cool.
yeah.
Is that-
Half his collection is you haven't seen this before.
And I'm thinking like, oh, it's a color I haven't seen or something. And they're like a different planet and stuff that I've
Indeed.
seen.
Yeah, the one where the shift is in the middle, so you can
Yeah.
hit your thumb. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really weird.
Wild stuff.
Crazy. Oh, we're working on it, May. Greg's trying to get back into the session so he can hear his own vocal, I guess. He was fine for us for a while, but he seems to be having problems hearing himself. So
Huh.
we are working on that. We are in charge. The hens are in charge of the hen house now, or
That's
foxes, I guess.
The foxes.
The
So,
mice are
John-
playing.
John, how's the weather out there?
Oh, it was so gorgeous today. It was this beautiful day. I've been out trying to videotape. I was trying to get shots of this beautiful water fountain in Wayno Park, and it's kind of unpredictable. But I think I had the timing down after 3 days. I wanted to have like the water flat, and then the fountain sort of shoots up, and then it runs for 18 minutes, and it runs down. So I finally got that. It was just the most beautiful weather today. Really warm and
That's
sunny.
good.
Yeah, a real treat for November.
Yep.
How about
It's
for
been-
you? How about for you, in Albuquerque?
Yeah, it's been nice weather. It's been cool, warmer than usual, which is like, and it's nice. It's just beautiful. And in the evenings are not as cool as, because we're a mile elevation. We're a little bit higher than Denver, Colorado, so it cools off quickly at night. But it's been very balmy, which probably means we'll have a dry winter. Unfortunately, we could certainly use the snow in the mountains.
Good for now, at least.
Yeah, good for now.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Gr-
So, so I had to switch to my Chromebook. So let me just say, I have an iPhone, and I absolutely hate Safari. Safari is a horrible browser. So
Yeah. You can get
Yeah.
Chrome for the iPhone. You know, you can use Chrome on it too.
well, the issue is StreamYard requires Safari on an iPhone. So
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. And that's what this mostly, that's what they want to support.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
yeah.
There's May.
There's May.
Good morning. I was listening
morning.
while I was waiting. Let me get sound going here.
Yeah, something popped me out as well, but I know I'm back.
All right.
And I think
Morning again.
Indro is waiting. He's on his phone. Gregory, if you can. Well, I guess Gregory's out now. Oh, well.
Okay.
Oh, it's too bad because we got a full Brady Bunch right now.
Sure do. Roll
There's
out of
intro.
bed and talk about typewriters.
That's right.
We were just talking about the virtual Hermans. Can you tell us? I know you were in most of the
I was in the whole
their weekend.
thing.
Yeah, so
That was my weekend. I was impressed, with all the show and tell and the educational history. It was fascinating. And then in the end, when everyone just kind of got together and talked in the rooms, that was really nice to get to meet people that we see in the Facebook groups every day. And, to meet with people who are just as crazy about typewriters as I am.
and for much longer, most of them.
Well,
Yeah.
So I learn a lot from you guys, especially Munk and your blogs, your websites, your books, of course, are indefensible.
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 Indeed. I have 5 now. Well, I have 4 prayer Bibles and the 1 history. But I haven't started reading that yet because I've been too busy playing with typewriters.
Well, that happens. That does happen.
Yeah.
And then Greg comes back. I guess I have a nice show and tell. Although, if you're in the Facebook group, you've already seen it. Spoiler alert.
Is it that Model A?
Yes, it's right behind me.
Oh.
Wow, it's gorgeous.
Shiny.
Shiny. And there's Greg. Hey.
There he is.
Well, it depends how long. Let me just say, I have horrible internet. I actually bought a Wi-Fi extender hoping it would improve things, and apparently it has not helped at all. So I'm gonna have to contact our internet provider. Yeah, hopefully before our next Typewriter Live.
Yeah, get them to feed the hamsters.
That's right.
Yeah.
Greg. Oh, no.
Hey, we have our Brady Bunch.
Yep, we're full Brady Bunch right now. That's first.
Yeah.
Or Hollywood Squares.
Yeah, there you
go. John's pulled in now.
That's right.
So, man, it sounded like you were eager to show us something.
Of course, this is my acquisition I got Thursday, and I've been using it. Hold on, let me do this without tangling myself. It's a classic.
Oh.
It's shiny because it's slippery, and look at that.
Oh, sorry, let me zoom in.
Yeah, zoom in. Everyone needs to see this. The model, it's kind of hard with the camera in reverse, but the Model A, I've been typing on it, obviously. Typing a letter right now, and it is gorgeous. And I was wondering, is the back supposed to be open? It looks like it should have a cover, but I guess the old ones did not. Am I correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and it's great. It's got the glass keys. It's the black beauty with the glass keys I've been looking for, and I found it locally for $40. Can you believe it? And
smoking deal.
Perfect. It was from a collector who had several typewriters, and he sold his collection to someone else who was also a collector, and now I guess I'm the 4th generation collector of this typewriter. And, it's just gorgeous. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's an excellent pickup.
1935. So now it's the oldest typewriter in my collection.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Well done, Nate.
So I know.
Don't drop it.
No. I know some people have much older typewriters, but that's about my limit, as far as I can repair and restore. I don't think I can go much older than 1930s without having to learn a lot more.
Oh, they get easier actually back to the 30s and the 20s. But I tend to not go much farther back than the 20s.
I guess you probably want a type sample too, right?
Yeah, let's see it.
Let's see. I been following your advice, Ted, about using the red a little bit more, to accent. So I made a really cool type sample.
That is great.
Oh, we need you focused again, but
let's see.
It's hard to see.
It's hard to see with the little.
It looks like a big typeface.
I think Greg is dropped out again, so we won't be able to. expand. I don't know if my camera will do much.
I
That's
wonder how
okay.
many characters per inch that is. It looks big.
It's a pica.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, so 10.
Pica.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Other than that, most of my typewriters are newer, unremarkable, pretty common typewriters, like the Smith Corona 5 series, lots of Brother typewriters.
Yep.
And a couple of old Royals. One of them's naked, which I like. I'm going to leave it that way. And then
Yep.
I've got some electrics. I like the electric typewriters too.
Yeah. That's good.
Mm-hmm. One of these days I'll find a Hermes. And,
One? Oh, yeah. Well, everyone does eventually.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see if I can find one locally first that's
Mhm.
not as expensive as the ones online.
Yeah. The cult
Be
of Hermes.
I can't keep up with the bidding wars. They go above my budget,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Even the scruffy ones, they're still
Mhm.
battling with $200-300, which I mean I can afford, but I just don't want to spend that much.
Be patient. One will always show up. They made millions of those things.
Yeah.
So,
That's how I got this nice shiny black Royal A. I was just patient and check marketplace every day, basically is what I do.
mhm.
So May, how do you like the Royal A compared to the a QDL, the later QDLs? Have you compared the touch?
I only have the one
Okay.
QDL, and they both feel similar. They're very smooth and snappy. There's not a whole lot of difference in the way they feel.
Okay.
The features, of course, the QDL's newer, so it's got
Yeah.
features on it. Like there's no paper rest on the Model A, so but
Right.
it sits up high enough that you don't need the paper rest. It doesn't drag even
Right.
at the extreme ends of the paper. Of course, with the naked machine, I can't have a paper rest anyway, and it's the same deal. You don't really need it if the typewriter sits up higher.
Yep.
But I like the look of the Royal A better because it's older.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't
Round
be-
keys.
And these are apparently real glass keys because the Model A was like the upgrade from the O, I believe.
Mhm.
And so it has the chrome plating and the real glass. And I forget, there was a couple features that the A has got that the O does not. So I got the higher end model. I'm happy.
Yep. It's the better one because it's yours.
It's mine. It feels good too. I just can't believe 85 years later, it still works. It's amazing. So it just goes to show, with typewriters, if they're well cared for, they'll last forever.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've got a Royal Companion. It's the opposite of yours. It's a 1930 something, but it's got nothing on it.
Yeah.
So it's the round keys, but they're not glass. They're celluloid or something. Actually, I don't know what they are made of, but anyways, it's definitely not like yours.
But it's still typewriter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're still good machines. It's just if you have to adjust them, you have to do a lot of bendy work to adjust those.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas on a QDL or the Model A or the Model O, you have more screws and lock nuts to do your adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
Who's next?
Who else has got a show and tell for us?
Gregory's muted.
I'm going to mute and rearrange a little bit, but I'm listening.
Okay.
I've got a show and tell.
Okay, go ahead.
If you've been on the Facebook group, you've seen this too, but it's new to me. Let's see. I do this on my chair. It's this guy right here.
Oh, the Erica.
That is so cool looking.
Erica 115. Got these, it's got this inverted case design. There's a lip coming over.
Mm-hmm.
Like a pocket thing. It's from 1980, according to the serial number.
Yeah. I forget what somebody called. I heard someone call those not paint bucket Ericas, but some kind of bucket Erica, because of the way the sides. It looks like a little bucket that it sits in.
I looked at the. There's a history of Erica on someone's website. I don't know what it was. I was looking. but it was all in German.
It's a little hard to hear you, Brian. I don't know if other people can
I'm sorry.
hear you. It's like
Yeah, you need to be near to the microphone.
I have beamforming microphones. They don't work when I'm not in front of the camera.
it sounds like you're in a bucket.
Yeah. There was I read a history of Erica on somebody's site. It's a PDF. It's all in German. And where they talk about this model, they use the word that translates to bowl style case. So it looks like a big salad bowl, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I like it. It has and also it's a branded Erica on the front and Robotron on the back.
Yeah.
So in answer to my question the other day about which typewriter would come to life soonest in the robot apocalypse, definitely top of my list now.
The Robotron. Robotron.
I like that.
Yeah, it actually looks like one of those yellow giant dump truck kind of
exactly.
things. The flange. Tonka.
That's
It's
exactly.
a Tonka.
That's what I said when I first saw it. I totally agree with that.
Fascinating.
We're officially changing the name to Tonka Truck Typewriter.
That's right.
And she's got this
Tonka typer.
got this big access port on the bottom where everything's accessible. That's really neat.
Oh yeah.
That's
Little viewport for the space bar.
yeah. It's got a repeat space on it. You got to push it down farther. I never had. This is the only machine I have that does that.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Oh yeah.
Repeat spacer.
Yeah.
Little red dot on the keyboard. I just do that all day long.
Repeat spacer.
Yep.
I love machines with the repeat spacer. Even though I rarely use it, it's nice to have, right?
It is. It is.
So I was going to ask you a quick question. Of course, it got damaged in shipping because that's just how things go. Problem is, it only goes that far.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's an escapement issue of some sort.
Well, you might check the rails to make sure that they're still parallel.
Okay.
If you've if the rails have gotten bent on one side, it'll stop the carriage from moving.
Gotcha.
And it might be an easy thing to fix.
Yeah.
If it's just out of alignment like that, there may be screws also. I don't actually have any service documentation for Erica or Robotron, but that's a common thing that they're to adjust the rails so that they're parallel. There's probably an adjustment for that you might look at.
I bet there is.
And maybe try to remove the chassis from the body, remove the body panels, and see if it frees it up. Also, maybe it's
one of the screws on the side that holds the case to the frame is really, really tight. So I want to see if I can get a wrench for the other side. There's a nut on the other side. So don't strip that screw out. That would wreck my whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking. It has the on feet adjustment is really easy to do. They're just two screws sitting right here on the bottom of the frame.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, neat.
It's a segment shift, huh?
Yeah, right there. It's so obvious. Like, oh, thank you.
Yep.
You finally figured that out, huh?
Yeah. Okay, that's my show and tell.
Is that made in West Germany?
East
Germany. Okay.
Dresden.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yep. I got a DDR typer here. Also.
Nice.
Yep.
Good.
All right, who's next?
Maybe I'll jump in because I'm not sure how long I'm going to last here. It's 1:30 in the morning.
Okay.
So I brought down my my Princess, which I got last year, which I got total. Nobody seemed to recognize it here in Tokyo, so I just snapped it up real cheap, and I really love the thing. It's got the leatherette case, and it's just a really nice typer. But that's kind of not too rare. So I'm just going to show my little trinkets that I have. I got this from Jenny.
Eraser.
And I love these things. I can't bring myself to use it, though, because it looks so perfect the way it is. Kind of like a typer metal or something.
It might disintegrate.
Yeah, that's right. And then I got this roll clean, which is a funny thing for cleaning your type bars.
Huh.
Oh.
It's one of the typers that I bought. Yeah, and it comes in this nice little case, and take it out and try not to break it. And it's got this rubber roller thing. You just rub that along the type bars, and the idea is it's going to pick up all the dirt from the.
So it's a soft rubber roller, or is it a brush?
It's a soft rubber roller, and it's still pretty soft, surprisingly soft. I wish I had platens that were this soft.
I wish Greg was here so he could blow up your screen.
Yeah, well, if he gets back, I'll.
Yeah, that's interesting.
There.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, a little bit. I haven't really dug in because I don't want to wreck it, but
That's cool.
It's more of a kind of a novelty, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you get these in every store, but a little typewriter. So I write little notes. These are stick-it Post-it notes. And then so when I write letters, I'll type a little extra message on here or something like that. And then the only other thing I had was this is real, great kindergarten show and tell here. But I got these little postcards. They're made in China, and they're kind of faux typewriter
stickers.
And so some of them actually look like real typewriters, but each one is a little postcard, so you can actually mail it.
Oh, cool.
But they're all made. They're all kind of like these little.
Yeah.
And one or two of them actually have a line space lever, so you could actually.
So they're cartoon typewriters.
That's right, yeah. But anyway, they're kind of fun.
There's a Corona 4.
Now that sorry, Greg, can you just put us up again? I just wanted to show this roll. If you could zoom me again.
I'm not real sure he's still connected.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I think you get the idea, right, with this thing. It's just a rubber.
Oh, I see.
There we go.
There we go.
So you just roll that along the type bars. It kind of looks like some kind of licorice candy kind of thing. But
licorice.
You can show us your postcards again now that you're blown up.
Okay. So a few more of these.
There we go.
Corona 4.
And then they have these fun little things written on them. Don't let the world change your smile. Just be yourself. Okay, I would be if I had
Olympia.
a line space level. Monday.
That's a brother. That's definitely a brother.
Life is to enjoy every moment. Yeah, if you can enjoy your Monday, then that's pretty good. And dear boys and girls, use your smile to change the world. Don't let the world change your smile. What is that? Is that a Valentine? No, that's maybe like when all
Studio 45.
Yeah, Studio 45. That's probably a royal.
That's a royal.
Yeah,
it's a royal on there, doesn't it?
Always bring your own subject. I don't know what that means.
That's an easy writer. It's a 3-bank.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Holidays. Not easy. Meet
That's
each other.
a Sears holiday.
Ted knows the serial number.
Oh, hey, is that a princess? No, I don't know what that is.
That looks more like a 5 Series Smith Corona.
Right.
Yeah.
An olive green.
And for you, that looks like the memory. What is that?
We are memory keepers.
We are memory.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, anyway, there's a bunch of them.
That's a Montgomery Ward right there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I just got a Montgomery Ward. It's a brother, but they sell them in orange over here and call it Young Elite.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
The 440 T or whatever it's called. I just got one of those on an auction site, which should arrive in a couple of days.
Nice.
You'll love it. I love those machines.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, it goes on and on.
That's cool.
That adding machine or what is it?
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's actually a 4-bank.
Oh, look at those platinum knobs.
Change what you cannot accept.
More 3-banks.
Yeah. And what does that say? Say not all that you know, believe not all that you hear. Wow.
That's good advice right now.
Yeah. Looks like a royal right there. Kind of.
I'll be the wings that keep your heart in the clouds. This is really great stuff. Love, best wishes for you. What is that? Oh, is that
an IBM? That's an old IBM.
That's a Hermes Ambassador.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the royal. Model P. Is that what it's called?
That is a Royal
Looks
Junior.
like a Remington to me.
Remington.
Signet.
It looks like a smiley face.
You are more lovely than you could ever imagine. So anyway, this goes on for hours. But anyway, if anybody wants one, I could try. I don't know how they'll survive actually mailing because they're a little off size.
Yeah.
Maybe you could put them in an envelope instead of mailing them as a postcard.
That's the best idea, or at least glue it to a postcard or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was my little show and tell.
This is my favorite new game. Name that typewriter.
Name that fake postcard typewriter.
Just yesterday, I was watching a biopic on Doug Kenny, A Futile and Stupid Gesture. I don't know if you guys seen that movie. Loads of top typewriters. I didn't expect that, and I was like, "Oh, that's a Smith Corona. Oh, an Adler J5. Oh, Olivetti."
What was it called? What was the movie called?
A Futile and Stupid Gesture. It's on Netflix.
I'll look for that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny.
Cool. Have we got Gregory back?
I'm back. I'm back for now. While I'm back and it's working, let me just quickly do my little bit of show and tell here.
Yes.
All right.
So,
Royal.
Not quite.
No.
Singer.
Yes.
Oh,
Singer.
Singer. It is made by Royal.
Shiny.
It's
like
actually in really good condition.
Now that is
That's
cool.
nice.
Amazing. Shiny.
I think I had mentioned this in a previous stream, how it's bowl shaped, and when you're typing like this, your hand is because I type with one finger or two fingers.
Yes.
Your hand is constantly hitting the edges.
That's a Royal problem with a lot of Royal.
Well,
is that a Portuguese made Royal, or you see on the back if
it says "Made in USA"?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Does anyone know why they made it bowl shaped like this?
Well, the QDL had the same problem with the back, behind the back row. The panel in front of the ribbon cover was that way with the QDL too. So
go straight up.
If you do this thing with sticking your fingers out and 2-finger typing, you'll hit it. So
I was hitting my fingers all over the place. I was doing, actually, let me zoom in again. I did a little type test this morning, and
Nice.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Clean.
And
straight.
this is actually We Are Memory Keepers ribbon.
Yeah, those ribbons are great, in fact.
Yeah,
I recognize.
I don't know if you can pick it up too well, but it's the black and brown.
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Oh, okay.
That's
And
pretty good brown.
Also, it does have
Little motion.
Yeah. But honestly, because it's so uncomfortable to type on, I'm definitely not going to keep it. I mean, I have way too many typewriters. Well, maybe I don't, but I was going to say
that's relative.
You don't have enough.
I have too many typewriters for my space.
Right.
So
I'll
it
tell you,
has to
Gregory.
go.
I tell you, I've never been able to sell one of those. So those are the perfect contestants for naked typewriters.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Yes.
Anything like the QDL, it's excellent. That way you don't have the bowl shape to worry about.
That would solve that problem.
I just gave one away as a birthday present last week. That was a Royal
naked?
like that. Yeah, and I made it naked, and
Nice.
the person I gave it to loved it. Absolutely loved it. So,
Well, that's a great idea. Thanks, Bob.
yeah,
Is it?
strip the clothes off.
Are all of them painted black underneath the chassis? Because that's what makes the Royal such a nice naked typewriter is the black paint inside. Because a lot of typewriters have that ugly silver, kind of aluminum silver. They don't look as nice naked as the Royals.
You can polish them. I polish them. Yeah, you're right, May. They don't look as pretty as the black, but once I polish them, they turn out pretty good. Just a little elbow grease and a toothbrush.
You want me to show off my naked typewriter again?
Oh,
Of course.
Throw up the after dark warning.
Please, May. She goes, Kevin.
No, the Olympia SG1 is a cool looking typewriter without the case on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's got different color
SG1? Oh, yeah.
frames and stuff. Yeah. If I had one, I'd do that to it.
There we go.
Get back to sound again. All right, so yeah, if you take the frame off, or the body, I'm sorry, if you take the body off, you get this.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
And you do
Yeah.
have to do a little modification, but just one little thing, you have to figure out how to keep the space bar from riding
Yeah.
all the way up. And I just used a little clip on
Right.
the side here. It was easy to do. And yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's much prettier like this, I think,
Yeah.
anyway, than
Yeah.
the bowl, keyboard.
Yeah.
Can you still store it in a case?
It's much lighter too. It still locks in the case, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
the case, I still haven't restored. It's got a big dent. It's the
Yeah.
aluminum case. It's got a big dent, and I still need to bang it out and clean it up. But I don't take that typewriter anywhere. If I take a typewriter, it's a brother.
Yep.
Because I've got multiple. So I wouldn't cry if one of them, broke if I dropped one. But usually I take a JP1. I take a brother charger to work sometime. And then my Kmart typewriter, it's plastic. It comes in this indestructible case.
Yeah.
I like the brother Kmart typewriter for portables. My older ones, I'm too scared to take out and about.
All right.
One question I did have about the Singer is, let me go big screen again.
Is it your left margin?
No, would it looks like it had a bottom plate.
No, it didn't.
No? Okay. Okay.
The Royals don't.
Okay. Hey, I guess the way it's molded, it looks like there should be a bottom plate. But I actually prefer typewriters without bottom plates.
Mm-hmm. Most of the machines by that age did have bottom plates, so
Yeah.
it was an exception.
Okay. Very good.
Is that mostly for lap typing, or
What's that?
did they put those on for lap typing, or was it just sort of like
That's a good question.
It was a design thing, also to keep dirt out of the machine, and also to make it so that people didn't poke around in there. I guess that was kind of an early way to keep people from messing with their machines back when they didn't want you to do that. But now it's essential.
The funny thing is, I find that the typewriters that have the bottom plate are actually the dirtiest inside.
Yeah, they catch a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And they keep it. Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I had a JP1 once, Montgomery Ward 440T, the 1966 version. And when I bought it from the thrift store, took it home, opened it up, and I didn't realize that the A key was missing. And so I went down to Bill's and Mesa Typewriter Exchange and got an A key from him off of a scrap machine. And then when I went to open it up and go clean it, I found it inside the machine. I found the A key,
Nice.
the case keys. There was a bunch of stuff in there, but it wasn't rattling around. When I rattled it, it didn't make any sound. So it was like stuck up in the side panel or something. But yeah,
that happened to me on a Retara 32.
They-
That happened.
they collect a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
That happened with my first typewriter too. I think it was the shift lock key or one of the shift keys. But it was inside the typewriter, and I just needed some super glue, and that was it.
So there's another good thing about typewriters with bottoms in them. If if something gets lost, open it up. It's probably in there.
You could also hide valuables in there, treasure.
That's right.
Yeah, I had a Smith Corona Galaxy for a while that had, I don't know if they all have this, but a plate that you take the screws out and turn it sideways and it comes out. It's like a plate in the bottom.
Oh yeah, there's a plate
Oh,
at the
yeah.
bottom. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was really cool. Do other people make those, or was it just Smith Corona?
Smith Corona is the most obvious one I can think of.
Yeah.
Letter of 32s kind of had that same thing, but they're pressure fit they don't have screws. They have
They just
little
pop in.
things on the bottom that pressure fit, which by now, of course, are hard rubber. So a lot of times you have to take a screwdriver and really to get the bottom off of a letter 32 or the similar machines that have that same bottom. Let's see. I can't think of any others offhand.
I I wonder if it was like because it would muffle the sound a little bit if you had. I think the Hermes 3000 has some kind of felt or something on the bottom, right? So maybe it was also quieter.
Yeah,
That's true.
To be honest, though, it kind of makes it an echo chamber. Like those of you who do naked typewriters will notice the difference in sound between the machine with its shell on and with it off. It gets much quieter with the shell off.
Interesting.
It is. It's louder.
Although I will say that my recent Olympia Reporter electronic actually is quieter outside the case because the plastic shell just resonates.
Yeah.
But so anyways, yeah. So you guys want to see my show and tell? Are you ready for that? Okay, I'm gonna try pivoting my camera, and the HDMI connector is flaky, so you might lose me. And if you lose me, then Gregory, hopefully you can put me back. Yeah. So I'm gonna move this real slowly. So when you talk about favorite typewriters, it really for me it's all about. This is my latest infatuation is the electric type bar machine, and. And it's just a wonderful machine. It's a 12 character per inch. It's blazingly fast.
Wow.
Right. I mean, so it really is. You could probably type 100 words per minute on it. So it's a pretty cool machine. And then I'm going to pivot over here. And another favorite is this 5 Series electric, right? Yeah. And those, and of course, any of the 5 Series. I have my Silent Super that's also wonderful. I just didn't have room for it. And then speaking about the DDR, this last year I got this from my friend Kevin. This is the Cleave, let me focus it. And I did a lot of work on this to get rid of a skipping issue. And I really think this is a great typewriter. But, since COVID, I haven't been going to coffee shops very much. And so portable typewriters are not as, important on my radar screen right now as they used to be. And then my Hermes 3000, which I recently got. And then over here, let me see if I can grab this without losing my microphone cord. This is the Studio 45.
Oh, yeah. Keys are all jammed up.
Yes, the keys are all jammed up. There you go. And I've been using that. I was out on the patio yesterday. Wonderful weather. And then one of the best older typewriters is a Underwood Portable. This thing has some of the best touch of any old typewriter. It's a 1930. This is the oldest in my collection right now, but it just has a great feel, a great touch. I just love this machine. So as far as favorites, that's what's going on right now. But then I have a couple other things to show you. Ribbons, right? So my favorite ribbons have been, let me move my camera here if I can do it without interrupting myself. So these are the ribbons that I buy off Amazon, and they're on the box. It says LD ribbon, but I think Ted knows the name of, if you want to search for it on Amazon, I can't remember what it is, but these are a dozen ribbons for about $10. And they're DIN size spools. So they're European, like for Olympias, with a slightly larger hole. They don't have eyelets. And they're very darkly inked. They're very nicely inked. And so I use these almost exclusively now, even if I have to re-spool them onto the old spools. And I do my own eyelets now in these. So these are about the only ones I buy anymore. Those are great ribbons. And finally, my friend Bill Teft was over at my house a couple days ago, and he gave me these, 3 of these. These are, let me get a close-up focus here.
It's the power cell for a DL44 blaster.
This is an oiler. This is an LC and Smith and a typewriter oiler. So it has a bayonet mount, and you go like that.
Wow.
So you actually hold it upside down and you oil it. And the way it works is it has a little rubber seal right here, and when you push it, it releases that. So you hold it upside down, apparently, and then you release it like that to oil it. So anyway, so I haven't really tried it out, but as long as the rubber seal is good, it'll work. And some oilers, pocket oilers.
Wow.
And those are pretty cool. So 3 of those, I got those. So and that's
You're giving those away to your viewers, right?
Well, I'm going to give one to my friend Kevin, but I have a third one here that might go to a viewer. It wouldn't be that expensive to ship, so I might do that. We'll see. We'll maybe make it a giveaway.
I was definitely kidding, though.
Oh, I know. It's a good idea, though, actually. So,
Joe, does
yes.
your Studio 45 have a matching blue plastic case?
Mine did not come with the case.
Okay.
And so what I'm using, in fact, I can't really see it. What I'm using is one of these, it's a large padded picnic bag that has insulation, right, with a zipper top. And I put about 4 inches of foam rubber in the bottom of it. And then I have cardboard inserts to make it more rigid on the side. So I just literally slip it in the bag and zip it shut, and I can store it that way in the closet and carry it. So it makes it a good case. Yeah. A good, and I have room for paper and, accessories, but it did originally come with a case, and it's amazing. It's in good shape, really good shape, but it's just missing the case. So make do.
I'm becoming the plastic typewriter guy. So I have an interest in these things. I remember seeing the Studio 45 in an art exhibition of industrial design at some point, and they showed a case with it, and it all matched.
Oh yeah, it was probably roughly the same era as the Valentine. I think it's late 60s, maybe 69 or something like that. It's a machine, actually. But my latest infatuation is Type Bar Electrics, and May was talking about earlier about she likes the electrics also, and I just let's see, a week ago, I gave my Smith Corona Coronet Automatic 12 electric to my brother, who was hinting around at wanting a typewriter. And then just a week later, I get this Olympia. So that's the way the world works.
One in, one out.
One in, one out. So
I prefer the standard electrics that use the regular ribbon.
Yeah, I do too. I have there's a sense of economy with them, with me, right? It's like, I mean, I've argued this point with my friend Kevin before, because he kind of likes like the IBM Wheelwriter and all that.
Nice.
The original IBM cartridges on the Wheelwriters had a lot of ribbon. I mean, like, it was really super thin plastic film, and they put a lot in there. But if you get the later, like, universal replacement ribbon cartridges for those, they don't put nearly as the same quantity of ribbon in the cartridge. But for me, the cloth ribbon is always the economy thing. It's, it reverses itself, and it seems like it's very inexpensive to use. Whereas a carbon film ribbon, to me, makes me think that every letter I print costs me money. Because,
Exactly. You're right.
Even though they all cost money eventually, right?
And those are more likely to be discontinued. Whereas with standard ribbon, if that ever happened, we could always learn how to make our own ribbon and re-ink our own. So that's one of the reasons why I prefer the standard electrics.
Right. Yeah, the Type Bar Electrics are really amazing, actually. And this one with the power return and even power tabs, it's pretty quick machine. But I was pretty impressed with the build quality when I took it apart. It had the problem with the motion was off, and that was because there's these two little phenolic resin caps on the screws, and those crack and fall off, and then the motion's off by however thick that little thing was. And I went inside, and when I took the case apart, you could see the cracked little resin pieces from that. So that's just a common problem that you have to adjust for. But anyway, that's my show and tell.
Excellent. Were there any typewriters that did not have any plastic? Because even my 1935 typewriter has, plastic knobs. When was plastic first put on typewriters?
Well, you have Bakelite is one of the early plastics, and
even the very earliest ones. I mean, you'd have to go to a Hansen writing ball to not get plastic.
One of those Blicks, or do they have plastic on?
They have plastic. I mean, the knobs and actually the type shuttle on a Blickensderfer is plastic.
Wow.
Probably the weight. That metal gets real heavy on that size of a knob. It's probably an ounce or two lighter without the.
Well, plastic lasts forever, right? 20,000 years or something
No.
like that. So if you
Right.
take care
Not
of the plastic, it should last a long time.
Keep it out of the sunlight. Keep it out of the UV. That'll degrade it. Yeah.
keep it out of Southern California.
No solvents.
Anyway,
All right.
Who's next? Any more
I
shows?
suppose I could do mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to turn on the camera here. For some reason, it keeps turning off. This is the machine I decided to bring out today. And this was my very first typewriter that I ever bought for $4.95 at a Goodwill.
Wow. Oh, man.
And I bought it back in the mid 90s. And I still have it with me. I've never had to do anything to it. You know,
goodness.
the Royal Portables are famous for the Royal Skip. This one never had it. And it's just a beautiful machine. Tombstone keys. It's the 1948 Dreyfus, first year of the Dreyfus design. And I love it, and I should type on it more, but I keep forgetting that I have it. But I started a typecast last night, and so that's what I'm doing with it now. I also brought out some books, since you mentioned something about books.
Yes.
I'm going to pull up my camera. And of course, everybody has this.
yeah.
I still need to get mine.
Does everybody have the Typewriter Revolution? If you don't, that is a #1 recommendation. And close behind that, I know most of us are into the mid-century machines. And if you're into mid-century typewriters, you're going to want this book.
Yeah.
It's from Janine Van Gool at Uppercase Books. And it's called The Graphic History of the Beloved Machine, the Typewriter. And it is just packed full of advertisements. It's all color, and it's all mid-century stuff. So if you're into mid-century typewriters, you're gonna want this book.
Wow.
It's gonna show you all the advertisements, loads of pictures, your ribbon containers. It goes into the wartime production. Factories. So this is definitely a machine, or not a machine, a book you're going to want to get.
Wow.
Also,
what was the title again, Ted?
it's called A Graphic History of the Beloved Machine, the Typewriter, by Janine Van Gool. That's VANGOOL. And then one thing I'm going to recommend to everyone who wants to understand typewriter history is there are 2 different versions of this book. It's Wilfred Beeching's The Century of the Typewriter. This was 1978, I think. This one came out, and this one came out in the 90s, and it's an updated version. If you can find them, they're both out of print. But if you can find one or the other of these, you're going to learn a lot from this, because Beeching in the 70s basically wrote out as much of the mid-century and early century typewriter production that was known at the time, and it's a very good reference work if you're going to be studying the history. And if you want something fun to read, you're going to want to find The Wonderful Writing Machine by Bruce Bliven. You'll read this in a day. It is just an easy read, and it's a fun history of the typewriter. It was commissioned by Royal, so it's very Royal-centric. But if you can keep that as a pinch of salt to what you read in it, it's a very good read. Here's one you might like if you're into typewriter pornography. You're gonna want to get Sexy Legs and Typewriters by Paul Robert. And then, of course, I'm going to recommend
Yes, of course.
If you want to understand typewriter repair, these are the two best manuals I think to get, because they're very, very, very thorough and really help you to understand the basics. And one thing I really liked about Virtual Herman's was a lot of people, well, at least one guy said that he had bought this, and this was the only book that he needed because it told him everything he needed to know about typewriter repair. And that is true. If you got a 5 series or a 4 or 3 or 2 or 1 series Smith Corona floating shift, and you get this, you are going to learn everything about that machine down to its nuts and bolts. And it will tell you a lot about other machines. You know, it's going to teach you the basics of how these machines work. And especially the Smith Corona one tells you why they work that way. It gives you very good descriptions of how the machinery works together and why it does what it does. And that's it, unless I could dig out more books, but those are the ones that I really recommend for, yeah, there you go, for new readers. Definitely, you know, the Janine Van Gool one, I'm going to say that's your Christmas present if you want to buy something for yourself, because you'll just sit there and page through it. It's delightful to read.
Very good, Ted.
And
Excellent.
I think that's it.
Well, this is a good segue. I have something else to show. It's a mysterious box.
Ah, I recognize that box.
So a while back, Ted had shown he had bought a retail case of co-rec type, which is the little white sheets that you hold in the typewriter and retype the character to. It's basically white out essentially. And I had expressed interest in it, and so he offered to send me one. Well, I get this brick in the mail, and I'm like, that's not a correct type. But
that's the only size box I had.
Okay,
so I had to fill it up.
All right. Well, first of all, there's this wonderful letterhead.
Yeah.
And it's NCR, so I have 2 copies of it. One is going to go on eBay. No. And then this, I'm assuming it's a.
Oh, that's a lyric sheet from my old band.
I suspected, yeah. That is very cool, and the paper is actually very interesting. It's this very glossy.
It's a stipple finish.
Yes.
Coated 60-pound. That I found a stack of it when I was a printer, 20 years ago, and because it was the 90s, I ended up printing my band lyrics on it, and I have a stack of the stuff, and the paper is so cool that I've just kept it.
It is.
Sometimes I type on the back of them and send them as letters, and that paper is just a really neat tactile thing.
Yeah, and it's like the texture on a lot of typewriters. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, there's like so much. The odd thing, and except the package, I heard rippling. I was like, "What is that?" Well, he decided to include some filler. You can see it.
Yes.
Some
looks like
some slides there. Oops. There we go.
Looks like
quite a few.
Ball game.
It's sort of military.
Parade kind of
maybe
thing.
Maybe it's like a military sporting event. Army and that kind of thing. That's what it looks like. And an interesting thing I started doing with these is I actually Chromebook I brought up just a white background, and I set this on the screen of it to use it like a light box. Mm-hmm. And then I took my phone and I got with it still being in, took a picture, and then I zoomed in the picture to make it full frame. Mm-hmm. And it's actually a really interesting effect. It's kind of like you're screen door. So,
yeah.
It's that artistic effect where you put a picture in a grid, so you can more easily identify.
Yeah, because you're seeing the individual pixels of the screen.
Yes, yeah. So that was pretty interesting. And then I'm actually very excited about this. This is, and I'm also gonna recognize it. It is a roll of thermal paper.
Yeah, Joe supplied me with a bunch of that stuff. So.
Yeah, and this is the wider width, because receipt paper would be kind of like that, which is pretty tight to write on. So this is great. Thank you so much for that. And there's some other.
You can do blog articles on that.
Yes,
typecast, poetry. You know.
Oh, some of this stuff I didn't even get out of the box. I was like, I need this for the live stream. This is very interesting.
Oh yeah.
A very thin, almost like a handmade paper, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it's maybe the characters would say otherwise, but I was thinking India because correspondence from someone in India.
It's Chinese. It's Chinese.
Okay.
It's Chinese funerary stuff that you burn in a funeral. And that's what the money is too. So if you wonder what hell money is, that's money that they burn to send up to their loved ones. So you got $10 million in hell money there.
Wow. So you have to pay to get out of hell? Is that what the deal is?
Hell in Chinese mythology, hell is more like an afterlife thing. It's not like hell the way we think of it.
Yeah.
It's not actually like the burning pit of fire.
Yeah.
It's a different concept.
I like that you said it goes up to them, so that's
yeah.
Oh, it's the idea anyway.
A bunch of slides in there.
Oh, yes.
I call that pieces of other people's lives.
Yes. And then I read this, but in this bubble wrap, very securely in the bubble wrap is
the thing that I actually meant to send him.
And I have a pack of it also from Ted here that I've been using.
Pack this really well.
You're a man. Use a tool.
I know. Almost got it. Almost.
This is not a good unboxing video.
I know. One of the worst. And I've done a lot of unboxing videos too. Well, to realize you have to do the opening and then
right.
Yeah. But I was just so excited about this. I wanted to save it. So
that's the case, and then inside you have those correction things.
Yeah.
Cool.
Here's mine.
Yeah. It has the plastic side and then the correction side.
Nice.
There you go. So the plastic side, and
so these are new old stock, right? But
yes.
I saw on one of the office supply websites, they're selling sheets of these, like 8.5 by 11 inch with tabs built on them. You could cut them out and put them in a little box like this. But so somebody's selling some new old stock in a slightly different size. But yeah, this was the one that Ted actually sent me a while back, and I find myself using these almost exclusively now. It's my favorite way of doing corrections because it works. It's about the only way that works on colored paper, off-white paper, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And these, I'm glad because I used these as a teenager on my first typewriter, which was just those Smith Corona electronic typewriters. But I did use these when I would run out of the normal correction bin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I actually really like these.
I
do
love
too.
them. So
Yeah.
when I was able to find a whole crate of them on
Yeah.
eBay for $8,
My goodness.
I snapped that right up.
Yeah.
I love the box because see, I got these ones and they work pretty well, but they're and there's several in each package.
Ah.
But there's no container, so I've got like sandwiched between books on my bookshelf, and then I was, where did I put those things? So
Oh. Yeah. A nice little case.
Ooh.
Oh, looks like Ted run there.
What happened to Ted? We lost him.
I think he just thought of something, and I think he's going to do something. Yeah, here he comes. Yeah.
He has a cat issue, maybe.
He does.
You need to get yourself a whiteout holder.
Oh. Yes.
Is that a Selectric whiteout holder?
Yes, it's a Selectric whiteout holder. It has a clock in the front, but I haven't got a battery for it. It's a weird little drugstore battery that I haven't found yet. But that's my Selectric whiteout holder.
The clock face on that tiny.
Yeah, it's it's just a clock, so
yeah,
it doesn't need to be too big.
That's true.
Okay, now I have to jump in with my pencil sharpener.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, which I put a little stuff in it to make it, snazzier. But that's my best pencil sharpener. Get sharper on the bottom and the back there.
Wow.
Hey, Gregory, May might be wanting to come back in. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Let's see.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
I got booted off. Everything froze during Ted's first typewriter show and tell. So I was disappointed. I missed your first typewriter show and tell.
Oh, well, you'll have to see it on the
I'll look it
replay.
up. I can look it up on the typewriter database because I know you have all your typewriters.
Yep. Just look up Moneypenny. That's her name.
Moneypenny. Okay.
So
I started entering. I've got 3 typewriters now in the typewriter database. So one by one, I have 87 points. Woohoo!
Yay!
I got a little bit of show and tell.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Recognize
All
this?
right.
Yes.
Hermes 3000.
Nice.
I got it this week.
You.
Oh.
It's a French machine. It's from France.
Yep. I got one of those.
So,
oh yeah.
I didn't do anything yet. It's only a little bit dirty. But the advertisement said the type font was stripped, and it wasn't. So that was my only disappointment on this machine. But it's a good one, and actually, today I got another one.
Oh.
So this one was a steal. It was only 50 euros. And the other one that I got today was only 40 euros. But that one has issues. So I'm wondering what I can do with that machine. But this one has a French keyboard, but maybe I can use the other one to turn the keyboard to a QWERTY keyboard. I hope, hopefully that will work. But it should work. But it will take me some time. And then, of course, I got this book. Finally.
Yes.
Ah, lovely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's a lot thicker than I thought.
Yes.
And I got also I was trying to show you in the beginning, but it's not working yet on my phone. It's a noiseless from Deluxe from 1941.
Oh.
And that one is in. It's probably one of the best typewriters that I got through the mail, and it has no issues at all, except that the drawband is broken, but that was the easy fix. And it belonged to a sailor that was from the Dutch K&M, or K&M, KMN, something like that. It traveled all around the world. So I got 3 new machines this week and a book.
Lovely.
Oh, I got the serial number. I just made a picture of it. I didn't look it up at the Hermes what year it was made, but I thought, oh, maybe
We
can
do that.
your typewriter database open always. It's 3273900.
That would be right on the edge of 1964.
Oh, right. It's late.
Indra, I want to ask you about your Olivetti that's back there. Is that like an 88 or something? I forget what those are called.
The lexicon?
The lexicon, yeah, that's behind you there, Indra.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see it. Oh,
yeah.
Right.
He tried to hide it, but he can't hide it.
Can you take the top off, the cover off? I just like to take a look.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is my Grail machine. Those are beautiful.
Wow.
Nice.
This one is not in really good shape. It works, but I got one which is way more better. This one is I redone it completely. So that one's really nice. It's a bit dusty now. And there's a
Hey Andy.
one of my size noiseless.
I just had to come in. Can you give me your cup?
So
I think it's out there. I already rinsed it.
Oh, okay. I'll be back.
Thanks for showing me those. Those are great.
Oh yeah. I've got several machines scattered around here.
Do you have a favorite book?
Of course, the Typewriter Revolution.
Yeah.
And the other book which I like is the what's it called? I think it's just called Typewriters. It's written by a Dutch and a Englishman.
Peter Will and
that one.
Paul Robert.
Yep.
He was the other author of that.
Yep. And I enjoyed Herman's for the times that I was able to join. And unfortunately, I missed Richard Polt. I was 1 hour too late. I thought I looked it up, but the time schedule is different between Europe.
Time zones are crazy. I missed it too. I'm looking forward to it. He's supposed to upload it, but it should be there soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
You can go back.
Yeah, I would really enjoy that.
Anyone next? Thanks. David, Bernardo, Bob, any of you have a show and tell?
I'll go. I don't mind.
Go for it.
Yeah. I was going to show off my studio, but as a few of you might have noticed, I had to log in and log out earlier. My signal just doesn't make it to my studio, which is really preferred. My studio is just the closet in my bedroom, and it works extremely well. I think it's 26 inches by 38 inches. It's just big enough for a desk. I just kind of fall into this room to get in there, and I sit sideways. And then I have obviously all my sound recording equipment, and a lot of sound baffles, so it works pretty well. But Joe had asked about it last week, so I thought, well, I'll just be on my phone and I'll have the ability to show you all my studio, and you can all laugh because it's a freaking closet. But anyways, I'll have to figure that out somehow. I just couldn't get enough signal to make it work. So anytime I do produce something in my studio, I end up having to put it on my hard drive, and then I bring it out here to my laptop in the dining room, and that's actually how I load it to the web. My working computer is not hooked to the web, the internet, right? But what I did have that I wanted to show off was this. So when I travel, let me get back a little. I really enjoy taking this spring with me, and it has nothing to do with the fact that most of my motorcycles don't have rear shocks. It has to do with I take this and whatever I'm working on, and I found these plastic sheets for filing, and they're about the size of a typewriter. This was a document holder. I paid $2 for it. Anyways, everything that I do and everything that I'm working on is most likely in a manila. So wherever I am, hotel room, middle of nowhere, I can. Let me get this. Anyways,
there you go. That's neat.
Oh yeah.
This is my quick set file folder, and I'll usually get several of them going, of course. And if I'm in the humid South, eventually they'll kind of fall over after time. But most of the time I'm in the Southwest, and this is
Yeah.
a snowshoe. So it just kind of holds, and it's not very pretty at all. But I can carry the spring, and I've got an automatic file folder. So
That's good.
I thought you guys would enjoy seeing that. Anyways, obviously, I'll carry this. I'll carry this jobber, and this, and like a Skywriter, and I carry it in a normal size backpack, and that's it. That's my typing setup when I travel via motorcycle.
There you go.
Very cool.
Thanks for letting me share.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, who's next? Can we get David to chime in, or?
Yeah, sure. How about, since it's right here, how about the old Continental?
Ooh.
The woods of the same period, of course.
Pretty. Look at that.
It was 1940, which I don't know why they were making typewriters in Dresden in 1940, but there you have it. It kind of shows you how important they were, right? Yeah, and well, as far as as a tool, it was apparently very important. But I mean, this thing is 1940, right? It didn't do a lot to it. Got it in really good shape. Paid quite a bit for it. And at the time, I was in Nebraska, so I had to come from Berlin to Nebraska. I'm closer to Berlin now. I'm in Stuttgart, so. But this one followed me here. Still a favorite typer. The thing works great. Got a Charlie Justice blue black ribbon in it.
So you brought a German machine from America to Germany?
Yeah, I didn't know it was coming here. So so I bought it from a guy here. Went over there, delivered to Nebraska for what, like $60, $70 or something like that. Perfect shape. Got there a year or so before I came here. Then I got an assignment here and brought it with. And I'm actually been trying to look for one that's in anywhere near as good a shape, and they're not so easy to find.
Oh, really?
I have accumulated more than a few Ericas though in my travels.
I love how the paper support is. The paper support looks like the logo, right? The W.
Yeah, the Thunderbird.
That's so cool.
I like the Ericas, but this one here is just, it works all the time. If you have to, especially it's a German keyboard, so if I have to type something in German, it's handy because you got all the little squigglies and whatnot. I don't really speak German, I think I used it there to the toilet side when I got flashed for speeding one time. They didn't charge me that, so I guess it worked. Or I'll get arrested and be wandering around. But that's it. I got a couple other ones around, but I'm not really in the type.
Just a couple more. Come on.
I'm in like an apartment building, the whole building, so my internet doesn't make it all the way upstairs where the typewriters are at. What else do I got? Hey, how about this one? These are very controversial, right? Not the machine, right? It's a Galaxy 12, but it's from the Turbo Platen guy. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh,
how do you like that?
Nice.
I think it's okay. I mean, the guy, as far as the dealing with and everything, it was great. I mean, I got it for probably way less than willing to sell it for. And the machine, I get it's repainted. Looks great. The ribbon's red, or the plate's red. Type's good. It's sort of kind of like the Singer. It's kind of I don't know. I think these were made for people who touch type, which is not me. I think Joe maybe it would be great, but it works great. Great machine. I mean, it's perfectly clean. Got another blue ribbon on it. I like the blue ribbons. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't really know that much about them, or I hadn't really heard anybody say anything about them. A couple in the typewriter group, a couple of times that people have kind of been for or against. But I mean, really, any things are so old that these aren't that old, but the older ones, you're gonna have to do something to the plate if you want it to work really great. And,
I don't know why anyone would be against it, because I know he charges a lot for them, but
there was a thread that kind of I can't remember what the
controversy.
It was more controversial than I thought it should be. But
that that controversy seems strange for that sort of thing.
There's a rubber rolling company near here. Now I got to check those guys out, see if they'll do typewriter platings.
Mm-hmm.
I can send it back to the States, but that would add some complexities to it. Get it back and
Well,
forth.
if you need information on sizes and the actual hardness of the rubber, if that company needs that information, go ahead and get in contact with me. I have all that information. I can send it to you, and they'll be able to figure out platen diameters and the hardness that they need to make the rubber, and
great.
It'll be very helpful.
That's one thing that's kind of made me scared to go to JJ Schwartz's. I don't really know. I mean, I take the plating off, and it's here. It is. Fix it. So yeah,
JJ Short is really good. So
yeah.
Don't fear that. But if you're in Germany and you want to get someone closer to you to start doing it, we have the information to make that happen.
I'm sure there's a whole European market that could be opened up by somebody like that for typewriter enthusiasts. Yeah.
I know I need some.
Yep.
All right, who's next? We keep losing Gregory, so Bernardo, you're next.
Bernardo, have you shown us typewriters?
I guess I've shown you this before, but May was talking about plastic and talking about this later model Roma Colibri that's rebranded as Optima.
Oh yes,
beautiful.
And you will notice it has the Portuguese keyboard.
Oh yes,
I've talked about it before. It was implemented during the dictatorship because Salazar didn't want us to have another country's keyboard, so he implemented the national keyboard. It was part of the nationalist propaganda that started in I think it was the 1930s. This keyboard. Yeah, but it's missing some of the plastic tops of the.
Oh yeah, those get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you still use it? You just have bare metal.
Yes, I can use it fine. Yeah, but
yes.
Yeah, because
sometimes the plastic just covers a metal lever and it still works fine. I've got one like that.
Yeah, it does.
But the lever's still there.
An interesting thing about this machine is the paper rest is integrated.
Oh, nice.
The carriage lock is integrated into the paper rest.
Oh.
So if I lower the paper rest, the carriage won't move anymore.
Very neat. I wonder if mine does
that. Looks like it looks much more robust than the Colibri paper rest, which is attached with pot metal and which breaks off very, very easily. But this one looks like it's much more robust. So that's really neat.
It feels robust, yeah. It has a couple more features than the regular Colibri. You have the on this side it's the ribbon color selector. On the other side it's the touch selector.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Colibri has none of those.
This is the one I've been using the most lately. Mostly at night because my SM3 has a really hard platen and makes a lot of noise. So during the day I use the SM3 and during the night I use the Colibri because it's a more silent machine. I really enjoy the keyboard. It has the vertical travel that Joe mentioned.
Is that body metal or is it plastic?
It is metal, yeah.
Oh yeah, great, beautiful. Yeah. I didn't know that Optima that they could. I thought that the Colibri just threw all their equipment out when they closed. But so did they sell to Optima or how did that work?
I really don't know. I've only seen a couple of these branded as Optima. They're usually branded as Groma, Colibri, Luxus. So, but I don't know the history there. Maybe Ted can help us out.
Really cool.
I was sorry. I was reading porn. What was the question?
We lost Greg again.
Put the book down, Ted.
Hey, we got Bob's son. Hey, Bob's son.
The question was, what happened to Why is this branded as Optima instead of Groma Calibri?
I would assume because Optima licensed licensed that design from Groma. I'm sure that Groma built those machines. I kind of doubt that Optima took the tooling from Groma because they were still building the Groma Calibris until 1964-ish, I think. And the Optima would have been before that. So they probably had Groma make them machines, and they just relabeled them, rebadged them with their own branding, and sold them in their retail channel.
Oh, so is that so perhaps that better paper support is a feature of the deluxe Calibris as well?
It could be, yeah. I don't know. I have a Calibri N, which is the lower end model. It doesn't have any of that stuff. So
yeah, Joe, be real careful with yours, because I just bend it a little bit. I thought I'd just get the angle a little better and right off.
Yeah, thanks for the tip.
Be careful doing that to Skyriders too.
Oh yeah,
you can bust those paper rests right off.
I've been meaning to rewatch the movie The Lives of Others. That's a great movie.
I did a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I actually, it was my first watch.
Yep.
I went in knowing nothing about it other than it had a typewriter was a main plot thing,
right.
And I really liked it. And I was a little troubled by it, actually. It's a little disturbing movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a recommendation for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well,
right, Gregory, are you back with us?
Yeah, for now.
I have a bit of a show and tell, but it's not
a
typewriter. I was at the thrift store or vintage shop, and I was looking for typewriters, and then my eyes landed on one of these vintage drill, what are they called? Hand drills. And so I can use these to
the handle should unscrew.
Yes, it unscrews, and then I can put the whatchamacallit in here and
the chuck,
and wind ribbon with it. So that's what I use it for. So I put
ribbon
on a spool, and then I open up I don't know the technical names.
The chuck.
Yeah, the chuck. Open up the chuck. Of course, I can't do it as well when I'm on camera, right?
Of course.
You need those 4 hands.
So I have 2 of these. I'm going to have to try one of these. Make a little rig for winding ribbons.
And so,
I wanted to ask Ted for the actual name of the 12-pack ribbon.
There we go.
That Joe mentioned.
Then I can wind a ribbon. And so I used it the other day. I bought a new ribbon and wound it on my original metal spools on my Royal A. And this thing works great. You got to put the other ribbon with a little tension on the other side, and there you go.
Just reel it on in.
So this is old Sears hand drill, but perfect for winding ribbon. Of course, you don't have to have an old one to do it, but it just makes it more authentic. If I'm winding old spools, I want an old hand drill, right?
Yes.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
Hello, Sarah.
Hi.
Morning. Hi.
Good
I
morning.
love that drill, May. That is so cool.
I do too.
It's like a fishing pole.
It is. It just popped out in the corner of my eye, and the first thing I thought was, a ribbon winder. Nice.
I love it. That is so fun.
It's funny. You know you're addicted to typewriters when you look at things and wonder how you can incorporate them into typewriter collecting, right?
Totally.
Yes.
An interesting experience that that started with me was sometimes now in TV shows and movies, I find it very weird when I don't see a typewriter in the houses, in the different houses. Weird, no typewriter around. What's going on with this family?
Okay, I am going to paste links for those typewriter ribbons.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ted.
As soon as I can clean up the. Boy, they put a whole bunch of garbage at the end of these URLs.
Yeah. You can use a Bitly though to clean it up if you want.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to clean out all the tracking stuff. And here's the 12-pack. And if you're really crazy, they have a 48 pack.
Oh, that's what I need.
That may be a true fact, right there.
And there's also a 60 pack.
Oh.
Ooh.
So,
You know, at the cost of these, they're under $1 a roll with free shipping. You could resell them and still make money and still make them cheap.
yeah.
People probably do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why I spent like $6 or $7 per set per spool.
Well, these are nicely
I'll
inked.
definitely
They're
use
nice
the
and
link.
dark. You know.
Are they
So-
red and black? Are they bichrome or are they solid black?
These are black. They have red and black.
I buy the
Okay.
red and black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see them
you-
right here.
But I bet if I clicked on the name, you
Yeah,
can
if
find
you-
the other items for sale.
Yeah. They have sometimes been out of stock when I try to
So
order them.
let me focus here. It's LD. It's LD ribbons. T677BR is the black red. So
Nice.
Yeah, so you can search for that, and there's just loads of those typewriter LD ribbons on eBay.
Where'd you go, kitty cat?
All
When I
right,
first
Sarah.
started typing, you got some show and tell?
Yeah, we were going to ask Sarah for show and tell.
Oh. Well,
Oh, maybe
I
not.
got the new Hermes.
I'm sad because my Hermes is in the car. I have to go get it. But I got a Hermes on Shop Goodwill, and it was a total bust. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are people out there that are like, "Ha ha, I told you so." It was, it's a Hermes 2000, and gosh, I just had missed having a Hermes so much, and I was really excited to fix it up. And I knew it didn't have any platen knobs, but I was like, nah, it's fine. I'll source some. And I got it, and it was wrapped so loosely. You couldn't believe it. I mean, it arrived with like other things I had ordered from Amazon, and I thought it was an Amazon package. And I opened it up, and it had just like a little bit of this sort of shredded cardboard paper type stuff. And that was it. And there was the Hermes with a rubber band holding the carriage. And then one of the keys had come off, and that was it. And it was so beautiful. And I pulled it out, and the carriage was like swinging wildly from left to right. And then suddenly it just locked up. And I had turned it over to check it out because it was broken. Someone had dropped it in a previous life. Oh, well, I'll just pound out the back.
Yep. Did we lose her?
Oops. I think the video froze.
I think we lost her.
Do you guys not find that whenever there's like a highly charged emotional subject that comes up that the internet just freezes?
The internet can't take emotion.
Yeah, the internet froze on Ted's first typewriter. So that was an emotional moment, and it.
Too much excitement.
So you were going to say something, May, when you first started typing.
I only thought that black ribbon was the way to go. Like, why would anybody need red if we're not doing accounting? You write with black. But then I started looking at Ted's typecast. Is that what you call them? The blogs where you. Yep. I started looking at your typecast, and they're so creative, and Joe's too, using the red to do accents and things like that. And now I'm just going to be just like you. I'm going to copy your style and start buying black and red ribbon.
There you go.
The challenge is typing every other letter red.
And I also like to get some of the other colors too. I've seen black and blue. You've got the black and brown, and then there's some pink out there. Although I don't know how clear pink would be, but blue or green would be great. So, and those are what typically the We Are Memory Keepers ribbons, and they're still being made today.
Mm-hmm. Also, Baco
nice.
Ribbon sells those.
Baco. That's the one that you have to call. That's the
one you have to call.
The mom and pop place.
Yeah, but I think they have blue and green. So instead of black and red, you get blue and green.
Nice.
So there's a possible thing for you.
If you guys have seen, Purple, some really old typewritten documents from back in the early part of the 20th century, they use a really interesting purple colored ribbon, and I really like those purple ribbons, the dark purple.
I bought some of those new old stock. They were old Underwood mill ribbons from the 60s. It was 1963, I think.
Thanks, Brenda.
And they're made of silk, and they're inked with purple ink. And when I pulled them out, they were really crusty and dry because they were just wrapped in like very light plastic, just folded over. So I took them out and I did the WD-40 treatment on them and spooled them on new spools to get rid of all the crusties that were coming off. And they work great. So, I mean, if you go on eBay and look for, old Underwood mill ribbons or Underwood Western Union ribbons, those are purple silk. And
Nice.
you can rejuvenate those, and they're really good ribbons.
Yeah, I need to get some.
I'm going to go ahead and jump off so Sarah and Brenda can get on. I'll just watch from here.
All right. Thank you so much, Joe.
Sure.
Hey, good to see you, Joe.
Good to see you guys too.
More
Thank you.
videos and more
I'm
posts.
gonna take off.
You bet.
I'm gonna take
Bye.
off too.
Videos are amazing.
Bye, Joe.
Bye. Yeah, so thanks for all the ribbon info because I'm on my last set. I have one more set, and I have 3 more typewriters that need ribbon.
Okay, guys, I gotta say good night. Take care.
All right.
John.
Thank you so
Good
much,
night.
John.
Thanks a
It's always a
lot.
Get
pleasure
some
having you.
sleep.
Yeah, let's see the rest of the video. Bye now.
Yeah, we've never run into that limit before. I was getting a
What's
warning.
the limit?
10 people.
Oh, okay.
So
It's
we
not
had
like a
10
Zoom.
No, because it's putting it all in a stream
Right.
as opposed to a private
Right.
chat area. So
Makes sense.
yeah,
I
but
suppose we could do a Zoom and then record it and post it on YouTube later if we wanted to have a bigger chat room.
yeah,
It seems like it's about the right size, though.
honestly, with the technical issues I've been having with this software, I'm thinking of trying that. The only downside to it is people can't just watch easily by going to YouTube.
Right.
So-
Also, there's a 40-minute limit on Zoom for the free accounts.
Yeah,
For the free account.
Well,
So you,
I would do the paid version. I may test it, but I don't like the fact that people can't watch live without actually
this is
participating.
fun.
being in the chat. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
fun.
But if we're too popular, if that's your problem, that's a good problem to solve.
I know. I never thought that it would be this popular. Honestly, it was just an experiment in the beginning, and I thought it'd be fun to do. And
It's a lot
It
of
has
fun.
been. Yeah.
Well,
Especially
thank
like
you.
the show
Thank
and
you.
tell and all
yeah,
the good info.
and the good thing is when I am having technical issues, the show goes on without me. so that's good anyway.
Yeah, now that we know now, there goes my speech impediment. Now that we know each other, it's pretty easy just to continue the conversation going.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
if you're not here, so
Well,
you're
that's
not
good.
necessary.
Oh man. Does anybody else have anything to show? Because I still have more stuff to show.
Go ahead and show us.
Okay. So let's see here. All right. So I went on a spree. This was actually several months ago now. I went on a spree learning about junk journals. I don't know if you're familiar with the concept, but basically you take a bunch of recycled stuff and piece it together. So this is my poor excuse for a junk journal.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It has a little. Someone wants to come in.
There's Alton.
I'm just showing a junk journal, and so it has the little string to wind it to keep it closed. And I made it from a hardcover book, and the second was a Sandra Brown book. So, but there's so many copies out there that she won. And I did. You can't really see it, but I need to make myself big again. I kept the spine because in the process of making it into a journal, I removed the spine, and then I drilled some holes in there. But my thought is, as it pertains to typewriters, I even made a little pocket here from a book. My thought here is that you can type on paper and put it in a junk journal. So I thought I would show that real quick. It's basically empty, but I just essentially made the body of it, and it still needs all the goodies inside. But and I'm getting the audio issue again. So unfortunately, if anyone's speaking, I can't really hear it. But I'll continue for now. So,
Okay.
but I'm not ignoring you. I showed some of these, and I'm not even sure which one is new, but these are the stamps. So this one I'm pretty sure I showed before. This might be the new one, and this one's cool because the picture of the author, I think he's from Finland, has a picture of the author on it. Of course, that is Typewriter, so that's pretty cool. Yeah,
that's a heck of a name.
Unfortunately, I can't hear what you're saying, but
okay.
This one is one of my favorites.
Ooh,
I love that. I think I had shown that one before. I'm pretty sure I showed this one as well.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I have the audio back. Oh, and you don't want to see this junk mail. I didn't grab that by mistake. Another thing to show is where I keep my blog posts. Just a folder. And all these are blog posts, actually. Some are just typing samples. Anything I type, I just throw in here, basically. Here we have the Corona Sterling 1955, one of my blog posts. I really like that one. That's a nice dark one. Oh, we have and I'm still having my audio issues, I believe. Oh, let's see. Oh, this no, that's a. This one is. Let me zoom again.
I turned my
going
camera
slow.
off. Zoomed in,
I'll wrap up quickly here because I am having the technical issues again. This one's
pretty
the Spiffy Rand Remington Streamliner from the 1960s. I couldn't identify what year. I like to use colored paper because that adds a little interest on a blog. But I'll go ahead and end there because unfortunately I can't hear anyone. So, but yeah, so you can feel free to continue the conversation without me.
Oh no! Well, we can get Alton to do a show and tell.
Yeah, a little show and tell.
Hey, Alton.
Except we can't
I wasn't
make it
prepared
big.
for show and tell.
Oh,
My
but
Sunday
that's
mornings I move from one thing to another. So what are we showing and telling?
A favorite typewriter, favorite books about typewriters, anything about typewriters, because we're about typewriters.
That's right.
Well, that part I remember.
Any new toys you have?
New toys.
New toys.
New stationery.
Oh, I've got another one after you. Okay.
Well, why don't you go ahead because I'm still looking around here.
Well, I have to go get it. So.
Well, I can add on the subject of sketchbooks and Gregory was showing. I've shown this before, but I like to keep sketchbooks, and what I do is I type on tracing paper, so it won't add too much to the bulk of the book. So and I put pictures and drawing, and this is the
that's beautiful.
another way of of using typewriters to make notebooks and sketchbooks, and I use the solution that Joe also showed on his channel of the arc system for my. This is my journal from July to October.
That's awesome.
And I did all kinds of typefaces and different papers. Actually, I'd like to show you a paper I like. I got this big roll. This big roll of paper. I like it. It's very
butcher paper.
This paper I got from IKEA of all places. It's probably 100 to 120 grams per square meter. I like it because it's very resistant to folding and gives a nice imprint, I think.
Nice.
Is that the one from the kids' art section?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some of that somewhere. I have a roll of it because it comes with like a paper roll, a little stand that you can roll stuff onto, and then you get.
Yeah, I've yet to try Joe's idea of the tray table endless roll of paper with this one. I have to slice it in the middle.
Right.
I've just been slicing sheets this side and using it that way. But
That's
I think
smart. I'll have
I think
to
it
try
works.
that.
I like it. I like the color and the texture of it. So that's my suggestion.
Very cool.
I like that.
You know, I do an endless roll, and I think it's an 8-inch fax. I'm looking at it at my writing desk over there, but it works very well. And I think I got it as fax paper. I don't remember exactly, but it was affordable, maybe $20 for a big roll. And I hang it from a string on the window, and my typewriter desk is in front of the window. I wanted to show off one more thing if I could. Can anyone read this? The Typewriter Database as owned by Bob Marshall, author. So every machine that I own, and what I did was I gave every machine a 3-letter designation. I'm sorry, 3-number designation, starting with 100, going up to 999. And I know my 100 series typers are all, I think 100 to 500, depending on how many I own in my life, are all manuals. And then the 500 they're manual portable, semi-portables, whatever. And then the 500 start my big machines, and then the 900s are my electric machines. I suspect I may not owe more than. My point is, as a mechanic, all day long I work out of folders like this with everything that I'm doing, and I write down everything that I do. I'm a mechanic for really big buildings, so every building has a very large folder because there's so much going on in a building. This took like a whole evening to set up, but it gave me time to really get intimate with each machine. I don't have to remember what's right or wrong with any machine.
Nice.
It's all written down. And I'll include type samples as well on what the machine is. And then if I do anything on the machine, I simply just pull the paper out, right? Type on the paper. It's just 8.5 by 11 with 3-hole punch, what I did on the machine. But every machine has a story. So I write the story. Did I buy it at Goodwill? Did I pick it up at an old junk shop? Did a friend give it to me? Did I give the machine to a friend eventually? Whatever it may be. And then the few of the machines that I've sold or given away, I can give them. Here are the records I've had for the last handful of years on the machine. So anyway, so that's my database all in a folder. It works for me. I thought that would be fun.
Yeah.
So thanks for letting me share. I might have 100 machines, so it works.
The question is, what do you do when you get to over 1,000 machines?
Right, that would be a problem.
You'll need a whole new system.
That's right.
We're at the store. We'll come shop from you.
Right. Yeah, no, I just like having a number on every machine, and I don't put the number on the machine. I tie a tag to the case or a tag to the machine, just a paper tag that I can write on that says this is machine 256, and so let me look up machine 256, see what's going on. Oh, it needs a service. Oh, this platinum. Oh, I was having this problem last time I touched it. For example, because I suspect only maybe I own 60, 70, 80 machines. I don't even know. My girlfriend owns a few as well, so we're always combining them how it all works. And there's there's probably 30 machines of mine that really work without issue that I can just pick up and start typing on. Anyway, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, if we're
Thank
speaking
you.
about notebooks, lately I have been buying these
Oh yeah.
Franklin Covey notebooks,
Yes.
binders from
Mhm.
thrift stores, and I actually I hand cut my own paper, so it's like every sheet is different. And I have this
Nice.
newsprint that I like to type on, that I can take out, type, and put back in the book. I have lined paper that I can write on. Of course, you have all your pockets and pen holders and stuff. These are super handy, and I love them because I actually use them. Unlike some other notebooks that I buy at thrift stores that are leather bound and just beautiful notebooks with wonderful paper in them that are all blank because I can't bring myself to write in them.
I know the feeling. I have a few of those myself.
Who else? Yeah, who else does that?
Yeah, they are so beautiful. It's tempting to just leave them as they are.
I might just give them away as gifts because I just can't bring myself to write in them, and then I'll just foist that problem on someone else so they can't write in them.
I've actually been better about using those journals. Like I get the Moleskine ones.
Mm-hmm.
They have all different interesting covers on them now. I especially like the fabric ones that have patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And I've actually been using them. So I mean, I'll go sometimes as much as a month or two without writing in it, but then I pick it up again, and it's the longest I've journaled, and it's partly due to my more recent interest of fountain pens, or pens in general, but fountain pens in particular. In fact, I just got a new fountain pen in the mail the other day. So yeah.
Who was it? I made some comment. I made some comment the other day on one of the forums, and I said, it's not to collect typewriters because they're smaller than motorcycles. And someone said, try collecting fountain pens. They're even
there you go. Yeah.
They're even smaller.
Calligraphy.
Right.
Ooh,
I
nice.
like calligraphy, and so I found a few sets on eBay. I used to do it when I was a kid, and of course, I haven't. Computers basically ruined everything for me creatively. But because of eBay, I'm able to find old sets that still work, just like the typewriters from the 80s. But I've been practicing. Let's see if I can find some samples here. Has nothing to do with typewriters. Absolutely nothing to do with typewriters. But I like combining the different, combining different forms of writing. So I've been practicing calligraphy again, and maybe my next type, whatever they're called, the type cast will include a little calligraphy as well. So
it's typewriter adjacent.
That's beautiful.
If I was not left-handed, I would be really into that.
Yeah, that's the wet ink is the problem, isn't it?
And that's why I use typewriters so much. Hey, breakfast is almost ready, so I'm going to say goodbye, guys. Thanks for having me
Bye,
on.
Bob. Thanks for joining
us.
Bob.
Good to
Bye,
see you
Bob.
Next time.
Good
Bye,
to
Bob.
see your son too.
Nice to see you.
And we were talking about rolls. I do a little weaving, and we use rolls to in the weaving loom. But I was at Walmart the other day, and I saw that they had white craft paper rolls, so packing paper, and I think it said 40 pounds. And I was going to pick some up, but I wanted to do a little research first to see if it would make good typing paper. So what do you think? White craft paper? Do you think it would make good typing paper? It seems like if it's 40 pounds, it's twice as thick as regular paper, so it's like using two sheets, right?
As long as it's not coated, you're probably going to be fine.
It's just the cheap, packing paper people crumble up and shipping.
Oh,
but
sure, why not?
It's not pure white, it's a soft white. So I'm going to try that. But the only problem is it's 36 inches long or wide, and so you have to cut them. So what I did is I just cut the ends with a saw.
Yeah, that's what Joe does too.
Yeah, just cut the ends with the saw. And so 36 inches would give would at least 4, 8.5.
36,
divided
36 inches is 3 12s.
So it'd be 9. So you'd have, or 9s, 3 9 or 4 9s. So that would be plenty of paper. And I think the rolls were, 100 or 200 yards long. So definitely
more paper than you can use.
Probably just one
Lots
roll.
of typing.
Split it up. And the other show and tell I had was the desk, the lap desk. So I like I like to type comfortably. And so this is my daughter's old lap desk, I just couldn't bear to throw it away because I still use it for other things. And so, inside you can keep all your little typing, your correction and stuff like that, and folders for all your typing.
That's brilliant, May.
So this is my lap typer desk. So I recommend getting something like this. You can type in a recliner, which is my favorite spot to type. That recliner right there. With the lap.
That's wonderful.
Those are neat.
For the JP one, you got to have good rubber feet though. The rubber is too hard. The typewriter slides around, but the JP ones, from the 80s, are always good. So this is my favorite little setup for lap typing.
That's brilliant.
Speaking of,
I love it.
Lap desks. I don't know who.
Slide off and crash.
You don't want that.
No.
That's so great, May.
I love the JP ones. They're just the little bare bones typer. That's all you need for words.
Another thing you might consider if you like the typewriter desks is these contractor clipboards. Made of aluminum.
Yeah.
And they have like a desk space with a clip and a place to put your pencil.
Nice.
You can open them up, and they're designed to have form. You're supposed to keep forms in them. So you have paper storage and pencil storage built in.
Oh, wow.
They're really nice if you go out typing on windy days and don't want your papers blowing around. You can always, use the clip to hold them down, or even keep them inside the flap.
That fits in a nice messenger.
That's a great solution.
Yeah.
If you go to thrift stores, these usually, at least they run me about $2 a piece. So
wow.
They're another super cool idea.
Brenda uses a briefcase.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
Very good. Oh, let's see.
Is it about time to wrap up? We're sounding kind of quiet now.
Yeah, I think
2
so.
hours.
especially considering
Plus your
all the-
connection. Yeah. I'm having connection issues too, a little skipping and things like that. So, well, let's wrap it up.
Did Alton prepare show and tell?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
we
yeah.
need an Alton show and tell.
Yeah, thanks, Fernanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's looking around.
I'll be right back.
That's funny.
Well, if you guys want, I could tell you the rest of my Hermes story.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna go bye-bye too. So anyway,
The Eldorado.
Oh, here he. Yeah. There we go.
Very nice.
There we go.
I love the
This is
photos on those.
This is the type of typewriter I used through high school and the early part of college. And so when I first started collecting typewriters, I think I already told this story, but since I'm a writer, I wanted a typewriter as a homage to all the writers who've gone on before. And so my wife got me a Royal KMM and a Royal KMG. And then I thought, it'd be kind of fun to have my little portable Royal Eldorado. And I found one on eBay, learned how to use eBay, bought it. And then that led to, I like to have the one which I can show you. The type, let's see if I can do this. Can you see over there, right there on the top? There you go. Right next to the bird and underneath the globe.
Nice.
Yeah, the Underwood.
Wow.
And I hope that was fun for you being spun around like that.
It was great.
And
Blair Witch
So
Typewriter.
I found one of those, and that's what I learned to type on. And actually, I took typing in junior high school. I hated it. It had nothing to do with typing or grammar or anything like that. Then I became a writer. So there's always payment one way or the other. But anyway, then that started the whole addiction. That's when I learned that typewriter collecting is very much like cocaine.
It really is.
What about that keyboard over your shoulder, Alton?
About 54 or 55 typewriters later now, I'm finally slowed down. I'm sorry, Bernardo?
23.
Is that a what's that keyboard behind you? Is that a typewriter themed keyboard?
Oh, it's one of those Bluetooth.
Yeah, it's a Bluetooth typewriter. Yeah. I got it as a gift for a birthday or I don't know, Christmas, something like that.
It looks like it has the glass keys.
Yeah, they're really nice glass keys.
And the return lever actually is the enter key.
Is the enter key? They have two of them, really. There's the regular one, and then this
cute.
will do the return.
That works. Wow.
I just want one of those.
It kind of sounds like it.
Yeah.
Got the typewriter.
How does it feel to type on, Alton? Does it feel good?
It's kind of fun. It slows you down, which is not a bad thing, really. That's there's a writer, he writes historical stuff. I cannot think of his name, and he types on a KMM. And why can't I think of his name now?
David McCullough, I think.
No, don't tell me. It's David McCullough. Yeah. And
oh yeah, that guy.
And I saw an interview with him, and he people say, you could go a lot faster on a computer. He says, I don't want to go faster. I want to go slower.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Going fast is a problem. Going slow works better. And so everything he's written on that KMM. Speeches, books.
Wow.
Won a couple of national book awards. So what does he know? But he still works on that. So anyway, I don't use it a lot because it does kind of slow me down, but I also do other things and I need some other keys. So
okay.
But it looks really cool.
Yeah, it does.
And it does work. It works just fine.
Wow.
And you can put your iPad in it.
Oh, yeah.
So instead of putting paper through, there's no platen really, and the carriage doesn't move, but you just put your iPad up there if you want.
You could put the iPad, and then you could have the Hanks writer. You could install the Hanks writer.
That's true.
That's true.
That's a Tom Hanks app.
Yeah.
It's almost like having.
I had that on my phone.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Sarah, let's hear the rest of your Hermes story.
Yes.
Before you got cut off.
All right. I'll try not to get too emotional so it doesn't freeze up on me again.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I think he was right about that. All right. I'll have to kind of be zen-like about this. Anyway, I got it home and, it had all those problems and the carriage was doing crazy things. So it got locked up. I turned it upside down. I found part of a soda can chunk, like the little tear off tab things. I found that inside. But as I was looking around at the escapement, and I could just tell the escapement was shot, it was like bent. The wheel was sort of, the gears and stuff were bent. It was really bad. So I took it up to the typewriter shop that we have up in Los Altos. And this guy's been in business for 37 years. He's really well respected. His dad started the shop and everything. And he looked at it and he just shook his head and he was like, no. He couldn't even fix it for me. And he said, we don't get these Hermes 2000s very often. He said, I see 3000s all the time with the curvy bodies. But he said, in 37 years, I've only seen like 5 of these things.
Wow.
And I said, well, the key tops are in flawless condition and the front of the body is really nice. Do you want it just for parts? And he didn't even want it for parts. Like I literally couldn't give him this Hermes 2000. And I told him I had gotten it at Goodwill, and that it had shipped badly and everything. And he said he had a customer who had ordered a IBM Selectric from Shop Goodwill. And because it was so heavy, it didn't survive the transport very well. And he tried to get a refund and Shop Goodwill wouldn't honor the refund or anything. anything. And that really surprised me because a lot of people said, oh, well, you'll get a free typewriter out of it or something.
Yeah, I've had that.
So I have you? Yeah.
Not with typewriters,
so,
with sewing machines.
Oh, okay,
they
that
come
makes sense.
busted up because they didn't put any packing material in there, and they refund the shipping and the auction as well. So, of course, I was able to fix the sewing machine, so I got 2 free sewing machines that way. But I had to earn them.
That works out.
Yeah, I had to earn them. I had to fix them.
I have always felt like, oh, gee, I'm willing to fix just about anything. But, with this particular machine, I had reached a limit. And so his recommendation was, now just hang on to it. And maybe someday you'll get, another one just like it. And you can use the keys or whatever for it. But it was very disappointing. And I have to say, Kirk Jackson, I think, who was also on the forums, was telling me that he's had similar issues with the Hermes 2000 itself, that it just doesn't ship well. The Hermes 3000, he said, is built like a tank, but the 2000 just has problems. And it's too bad because it's such a pretty machine. So that's my sad tale. I couldn't even foist the 2000 on my repair guy.
Oh.
Yeah, they're beautiful typers. They're great typers if you can get them running, but they're super intricate. There's a lot of stuff in there. When you open it up, I had one and I had the same deal where I had it shipped. It was one of my eBay purchases before I stopped doing eBay, and it got dropped, and so it was fine except for the keys on the right side. The ASD would always skip, and I tried everything to get that thing fixed, and there was just no way. It was just too much.
So Sarah, you didn't want to contact Shop Goodwill?
Oh, I went ahead and filed a ticket. We'll see what happens. I mean, it was between shipping and the purchase price, it was $60. So it's not it's not the end of the world, but it was kind of like my birthday present to myself.
Aww.
And I figured it was a project that I could handle. But these things happen. Lesson learned.
I've done a few returns through Shop Goodwill. I just explained, this was not packed properly. So, this was seller error, and they always refund me. So hopefully they do it for you.
Yeah, I hope so. The typewriter repair shop that we go to for like really extreme stuff that I can't figure out said that when they tried to get Goodwill to honor the return for or not the return, but the refund for the IBM Selectric that his customer had gotten, that they declined him. They said, no, we're not going to do that. And he said it was like some sort of Midwest Goodwill, but I really think it depends on which one you
it
work
does,
with.
yes.
And you never know till you try.
Yeah. Yep.
You never know. I mean, it's always a gamble, right? But
always take pictures as you unbox it as proof. Take good documentation.
Yeah, I'm an obsessive documenter, so I have like 30 pictures or 40 pictures of every single typewriter.
Yeah, and especially
from the moment I open it to taking it apart.
Exactly. And always send a message out to the sellers on how to pack a typewriter with a warning: if they don't pack it well, it's going to get destroyed. And if it's, and then it's their fault.
Yeah,
it makes if they don't do it right. You can't just throw it in a box and watch the newspaper.
There's one thing about that, like, I'm nervous about it because I don't want to advise them too much and then have them sort of like,
get snooty about
resentful or right. And I've known people who have worked for UPS and said, oh, well, if you stick the fragile sticker on there, we're going to kick it even more,
Ooh.
And so I'm a little bit hesitant to advise people about packing. When I've shopped with Shop Goodwill in the past, I was looking at my records yesterday. I think I've bought like 6 machines from them all together. And the majority of them have been packed well. This one was kind of just a weird sort of a wing nut. I couldn't figure out why they had done it the way they did.
It depends on the
location. It really
location.
seems to depend on... Yeah, you just never know what you're going to get. It's always a gamble.
Exactly.
So
You're right,
mostly
Brenda.
I've been lucky, and I'm not against them. I'm going to keep buying from them, of course, but I'm nervous about how much advice to give them about packing, and then I think, well, we're taking a risk no matter what, right? It's going to be going across the country or whatever. Anyway, there it is.
Brenda has,
but I was able to get a right flatten knob. Sorry?
Brenda has good advice there. You can also contact PayPal directly.
Yeah.
And they can deal with it as kind of a go-between.
Through PayPal because of that.
Yeah.
I had forgotten about that.
Most of the shop
that's
will
another good point. Yeah.
Use PayPal, and that's good insurance as well. Good.
Yeah. Well, there was one positive out of the whole thing. I took this other machine that I've had for a while up there, and I was able to get this right platen knob. This I had gotten, locally for like $40 and had fixed it up, but the right platen knob was destroyed, and I was able to get a brand new one yesterday, as you can see right there, from our local typewriter guy. He just went into the back and he's like, let me see what I've got. And he dug around, and I could hear like all the tools and all the parts like clanging around, and I was, crossing my fingers. And he said, well, it's not as shiny as the other one. I said, I don't care. I'll take it. It's anything better than the broken up one that I had before.
Right.
And,
very good.
He charged me $5 for this little platen knob. So I was happy.
bad.
I said, I'll pay you more, really, because I'd get it, from eBay. It would have been like $20. But he said, oh, no, that's fine. So
they go in the back and do
There's
magic.
Always something good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was jealous. I wanted to go look through his bucket of parts.
Oh, he doesn't let you go back in the back? No, seriously, I found that the typewriter.
No, I mean.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I'll have to ask next time. I would love that.
Yeah, definitely do, because those guys are usually pretty proud. I mean, proud of their mess, but it's usually very interesting to go back there and just look through the stuff they have. They've got decades worth of piled up stuff in the back, and I've every typewriter guy I've ever known has had a shop that looks like it looks like an explosion has gone off in it, but they know where everything's at.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just fun to go there and just
I
look.
love it. Not bad. Well, I took him some goodies. I had an old machine that I had parted out, and I said, hey, do you want the rest of this thing? And he said, sure. I said, you can just have it. And it was like, it wasn't a Q, but it was like an offshoot of that I had parted out a little bit, and I gave him the parts, and he dumped them into his big old bucket and came back, and then I gave him some carbonless paper I wasn't using. So it was kind of a nice little exchange, but I would love to go back there and just play around and look at all the stuff. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cultivate a good relationship with your typewriter guy, and you will never not be entertained.
Yeah. Yeah, just from what we lost Sarah. Oh. just from what I've heard and seen of
can't hear.
He's breaking up.
Hey, Diane.
Oh dear.
Diane.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm gonna bail, guys. Good seeing you.
See you later, Alton.
See you too, Alton.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care, Alton.
So what's
Bye-bye,
up?
sir.
Bye. Nice seeing you.
The sky is
Diane.
up.
Hi, long time no
Oh, we can
see.
see today.
Yeah, you have a camera that works now. Yes.
Well, I'm on my iPad as opposed to my PC. My laptop camera does not work.
Wow.
You got a show and tell for us?
Sure.
Lots of show and tell, I'm sure. I actually came across Diane's typewriter database gallery the other day while I was looking at some other machines.
I can figure out how to do it.
Very impressed. I came across Sarah's too. I was being nosy and seeing who all the typewriter hunters are, and browsing through the galleries, and it's really nice. Oh, look at that!
That's neat.
Look at that.
It's gorgeous.
Wow.
It's so fascinating.
Wow.
Good shape
I'm
too.
not very good at the
Wow.
whole camera on the iPad. But anyway, that's the Smith Premier 6.
With the big rubber mallet.
That's nice.
Well, yeah, that was on
for hitting your keys.
What? No, that was there because these shelves are new, and my nephew helped put them together, and can't move, so I.
Yep, there's the cat.
That's one of several.
Oh.
Come on, Hogan, get down. Okay, he got up.
I know that round of chair. No, who gets the chair? The cat or me?
Well, me. Me, because it's like I just got back from my mom's, and my butt hurts from. Well, that's never mind. That's too much.
That sounds like it belongs in here.
That's too much information. You want to lay on my?
Oh, we lost her.
Oh, we lost her. Well, this is actually a wrap up, I think.
Okay.
Because again, I was just experiencing the technical issues again, so
I'm having a few myself.
I've had enough stress for the day. But this has been amazing. Yeah, this has been amazing, and we're definitely going to repeat this. Much like those were always really fun too. So we're
I definitely like
going to
topic-related chats.
very good. Very
Helps
good.
us prepare on things we want to bring into the chat to show and tell and things.
Yeah. And I think that was Ted that originally suggested that, because I would just think of a topic at the last minute, and then no one was prepared.
Yeah, give us a little time, and we can put this thing together.
Right. Which typewriters am I going to unpack for the next typewriter club? Right.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm doing now, and that's kind of why I have the website as well. So
that's an excellent website, by the way. I love it.
Thank you. I was a web designer and a former, and I made the little logo myself. Well, technically I still am, but I just do my own. I don't do it for other people because that's all frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I still occasionally do that for a living, and it can get very frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy. 2 years, and that was like my full-time job, but dealing with people when it comes to creative things is very, very difficult. So because
it can be, it can be.
I really love the days back in like the late 90s and early aughts when the client would come to you and you would tell them what they needed, and they would just let you do it. That was the golden age of web design.
The good old days.
Like you don't know anything. I'll tell you what you need.
All right. Unfortunately, I'm having the audio issues again, so we're going to wrap up here. But again, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Greg.
With all of you every week. Oh, look at that.
Thank you, Greg.
My cursive.
Oh, you're welcome.
Brother cursive typewriter. This is the next one going into the database. My brother cursive. So look for that.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's a JP3. It's a 1967, I believe, but it's the brother elite. Let's see if I got a sample here. I'm going to make a proper type sample for the database, but it's really, really nice.
Oh yeah, that's the brother script that I love so much.
Yes, it's perfect. This is the one where I was typing during Virtual Herman, and all of a sudden, clunk, the capital letters dropped down,
and you knew how to deal with that.
I fixed it during Virtual Herman, so I'm pretty proud of myself. But anyway, this is going up to the database next, as well as all my typewriters.
Beautiful.
Let's all do that, so we have a big
good job.
database.
Yeah,
for
do it.
all of our
Definitely.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody.
Yep.
I
Thank
really
you,
appreciate
Greg.
it. And
Thank
we'll
you.
see you next week.
Yeah.
Thank you,
So
Gregory.
we'll
Next
see you
week.
around in
Sure.
the Facebook groups.
All
of
right.
course,
Bye,
every
everybody.
single day. Bye.
Bye-bye.